Hey there everybody, it is Thursday, August 11th, and it's time for my sketchbook review. Early this week, because this is the only time I've really got to do it. I work the entire weekend and most of next week, so actually all of next week except for one day, which is Monday, and yeah. But I get to, kind of start off the sketchbook review on a kind of sour note here. You guys can take it however you want. I just kind of want to toss out there to you guys who come to my live streams and things like that. You need to understand, I do my live streams for you guys so I can connect with you and talk with you. I worked all day yesterday. Because of the nature of my work, I fought with people. I had people tell me that, they wanted me to go die. I had them spit at me. I had them argue with me. I had to deal with all sorts of things yesterday. I was very tired. I had just come off of a 3-day string of work, and then I got one day off, which is today, and then I have to go right back on it until Monday. So that's 6 days right there. And that's the kind of thing I have to do. So when I come home and I live stream, it's to decompress and it's to enjoy myself. If I'm live streaming and you guys start making sassy little comments about how you come in and I'm not drawing, well, why am I not drawing? It's either because I'm taking a break, because I've been drawing for, I don't know, I went for 4 hours last night and I need to start taking breaks, or else I'm just going to want to quit altogether, or I'm looking up references, or I'm replying to messages really quick. Again, part of my taking breaks. And that is why sometimes when you come into my live streams, I'm not drawing. Also, if you're going to come in and complain because I'm not paying attention to chat, because I'm drawing, because I'm looking down at a piece of paper in front of me and not up at a computer screen, which by the way is up here, very far away, this is where the chat shows up, then I'll help you find the door and find your way out of my live stream. If you guys don't enjoy them, please, then by all means don't come to them. I don't understand why people will put themselves through that. But short story for all of this is I'm just not going to live stream anymore. It's becoming too much of a chore. It's becoming too labor intensive. I come in, I figure, hey, I can joke around, talk with people for a second, and then just sit down and draw. When my friends come in, yeah, I'm going to talk with them because I don't get to talk to them very often anymore. And when I feel like people are accusing me of neglecting them when I'm actually going out of my way to do something for them, it kind of just makes it feel like work all over again, where I got people arguing with me, people sassing back to me and things like that. And when you deal with that as your job all day long, you don't want to come home to it as well. So, that being said, any live streams that I do in the future are going to be held on a different server, and they are going to be invitation only at this point. I do enjoy live streaming, and I do enjoy live streaming with my friends and doing draw piles and things like that. Unfortunately, I never got to that point, and YouTube has kind of made it to where I'm not really going to be doing that, because too many people have come in and have been absolutely rude through the process. So it may change in the future once things calm down, but for right now and probably for the immediate future, it's just not going to happen. Again, I was doing that stuff for you guys. I was coming home dog tired and still kicking up the live stream for a few hours so I could share with you guys and let you have a little bit of input on these videos. A few people have ruined that, and I apologize for those of you who've always been polite and come in and just kind of sat back and enjoyed, because there are quite a few of you still, but nobody was really standing up for me in those instances either. So it is what it is, and yeah, I'll still keep doing my sketchbook reviews and I'll still keep doing my art videos, but live streams for the most part, I'm done with them. I'm not going to keep putting myself through that because I wouldn't expect anybody else to put themselves through that. But alright, so now that that's said and done and I've gotten my 2 cents out, I'm going to go ahead and get to the artwork. So, if you're still with me, I did work a little bit in both of my sketchbooks. This one's smaller and it actually fits in my lunchbox, so I can take it to work with me. Unfortunately, but the thing is I just don't have time. I don't even take full lunches. I get my food because we're a closed unit. I have to go get my food and then come directly back for safety reasons, because we can't leave each other alone on the unit. Someone else has to be there to help just in case things go south. But yeah, I did get a couple doodles, I think. yeah, it was just this one. Quick Jean doodle. Jean and Piper, really, really quick. Like, she's like way too small. But again, that's what sketchbooks are for mistakes. And then I was working on a natural mouse paper, and I kind of set this one aside because I started working in my bigger sketchbook and I just wanted to focus on that one. So let's set this aside. Alright, so we left off with this last week. I think it was this last one. Maybe not. Just a minute. I might actually... Ooh, I'm sorry. I was on the wrong page. I did a lot more than I thought I did. Okay. Yeah, I ended with this. This was a quick sketch. I'm going to be doing the Great Pokemon Race, the water one this year. So I'm going to get my sketch for that done, and I'll do it digital just because it's easier. Okay, so this was from a live stream. The first one I had done for the week over the weekend. I did Piper giving Jean the business because he's smoking, and smoke makes babies nauseous because they're not used to it to begin with, and they don't have the developed capacity to cope with it, so they just get nauseous and sick and throw up, and that's very common for babies. And she's kind of hollering at him because he in roleplay wanted to smoke around the babies, and she's like, no, she's not gonna deal with nauseous kittens because that's what they call baby bunnies. This is just a Jean macking on Piper picture. It's really cute. Someone mentioned Piper with alternate hairstyles, so I did one with really short hair, kind of like a it's not asymmetrical cut, but it's sort of a gradation cut, and it's longer in front than it is in back. I don't know what that's called. I don't know hair terms. I put her as with a little side shave and then shorter hair. She looks really punk rock in this, and it's kind of cool. But Piper's so not punk rock, so it's so against her character. And then this is Chibi Jean offering Chibi baby Piper a clover for the first time. She doesn't know what clover is because she came from a farm, and all she had was what the farmer had on hand, which was like just bunny feeds. And this right here, people got confused with this. This is not Piper, this is Eva. That's Schmangelina's character. So, and Cherry and Eva get along really, really well because even though she doesn't take on the role of like big sister for Eva, she sort of takes on the role of big sister for Eva and protects her an awful lot. So it's Cherry and Eva, and then Cherry, because she doesn't know boundaries, she's pretty much telling her to stay out of something because she'll go take care of it instead. Eva's history, from what I understand, is she's got like 5 older brothers, and they like to get her to do like the stuff not necessarily more dangerous, but they use her because of her size to get into places, and Cherry ain't gonna have that because they're all supposed to be Dullahans anyway, so Dullahan will take care of Dullahan even if it's against another Dullahan sort of thing. This is, oh my god, this is Cherry and Poppy because they got into a big old fight, and yeah. And then this was going to be Cherry sitting on top of Poppy, but I just never finished doodling it. I didn't like how it was going, so I was like, next. Sorry, I had an unplanned impromptu nap. I slept, I got enough sleep and everything, but I was sitting down eating lunch and I just kind of slumped over and went to sleep because that's how my week spent. And I just woke up. I missed Kay's live stream and I feel so bad about it, but it's okay. There will be other live streams. And she and I have been chatting all day, so it's good. Piper getting kissed from someone. I don't know. I think it was going to be Jean because I have the hair, the fur line drawn like... Oh yeah, you guys got the fur line too, so it would be Jean. Someone requested infant Piper. And she's just a little baby. And then this is Seamus flirting with Piper, giving her a flower. And then there's just a little Piper in a dress. This here is BB, who is Jay the Bird. I think it's pronounced Jay the Bird on Tumblr, his original character. And I've actually never drawn her before, and I'm not very good at beaks. I think it turned out okay. She's not as big as she's supposed to be. Her whole character, I mean, you know, she's supposed to be a big old busty bird, BB, but I just kind of was like, eh, so I left it at that. I think it's just because I wasn't planning on the pose beforehand, so the chest didn't end up matching the pose, and I got disappointed, so I just quit. I quit. Oh wait, and then I was drawing Duck Piper. She came next, Jade, and then another Jade holding a diamond, and then I did a little kid Piper saying that Seren said I throw like a girl, so I threw the ball at his face, because that's how she's gonna word it when he comes in with like a bloody nose, and she's like, I threw the ball at his face. Because Piper never lies. She actually tells the truth quite often. She might dance along the line of that truth, but she never actually lies. And then I drew a picture of her in a big old poofy dress, and it's just too poofy. Let's see, I drew a nugget Piper here, and then we got into a discussion on whether or not ducks have tongues. This was all from like last night's live stream. I was doing a chibi, and then I didn't. And then I drew her as a human. And then I started drawing my little mouse character again, holding a daisy. And then I got to thinking about lamps. I kind of got into, I wanted to draw a lantern or something like that. And I was like, oh, how big would the lanterns be? How would they be illuminated? And it's got like little fireflies, because that's like classic mouse world, like they use fireflies for illumination instead of fire. Unfortunately, when I was planning it out, like the paw here is just a little bit too small. It should actually be bigger, or the lamp needs to be smaller so that way they can actually carry it. But yeah, that was my design idea for that. And then I was just drawing the little mouse, and then I kind of was like, okay, I'm done. So I moved on to the next page, and this is where I opened up requests. People requested piratey Jean. When I asked what kind of piratey Jean, like mouse or bunny, they said bunny. And so I had to look up a pirate hat because I wasn't 110% sure what one looked like, and I still don't think I did it right. But I put like a little kraken, like little kraken tentacles in there and everything. I thought it was really cool. And they wanted an eye patch on him, so I put an eye patch on him. And he's got like this awesome grin, and then he's got his little bandana that comes around. It comes down to his shoulder. And of course he has to wear the floofiest shirts ever. And there's a feather up here. I didn't detail it out. And then I drew Piper to go along with him. In this one she's wearing a corset top dress or whatever, but in headcanon she probably would have been a nun. So that would have made it an even more interesting dynamic if she was, but in this one I just put her in a dress. And yeah, that's how those two be. And then someone had requested Bunny Piper holding or hugging a teddy bear, so I did that. And then they were like, oh, put an eye patch on and blah blah blah. I was like, no, teddy bear's enough. That's hard. Teddy bear's hard to draw. I struggled with it. And then they were requesting a pirate cherry, so I did a pirate cherry up. Like, pirate cherry be like not that much different than any other cherry, to be honest, but drawing her as a bunny was different because I very rarely draw Cherry as a rabbit, just because she hadn't entered the world, and I wasn't so sure I was planning on letting her enter the world. If she did, I was going to try and make her a squirrel or something, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point. It just, the role play isn't really moving along, so I don't think it's going to happen. And then there was requests for Philip, and I was like, alright, I'll draw Philip. And then I was like, and they were like, oh, draw Philip. Well, what they said was ship him, and I was like, well, then that leaves Philip and Jean or Philip and Seamus, and those are the only two pairings that would actually work. So I was like, I don't want to draw that. Just because, like, Philip isn't a shippable character in my mind. He's just kind of too mean. So they were just saying to draw him, like, interacting with someone. So I chose Seamus because Seamus is a drinker. He gets drunk. He does stupid things. And I just imagine him going up to Philip and being like, oh, yay, buddy, let's go have some drinks or something like that. And Philip's like, oh my god, it's touching me. Yeah, he's calling for Jean. And then Jean gets to beat up Seamus. Not that Jean minds beating up Seamus, but yes, and that's his job. And then I got a picture of, and if you guys follow me on Tumblr or Instagram, you've seen these ones. Got a picture of Seamus smooching Piper, because that is how the Seamus do. Oh, sorry, God. This was, I think, where we were coming up with the term shameful Seamus or something, like when he gets to drinking, he gets shameless or something like that. And then, let's see, Taylor requested that I draw Emmy with Piper, and Emmy's like always super protective of her friends and stuff like that, so she'd probably be hollering at Seamus for stealing a kiss from her, but otherwise I think that Emmy would just be enjoying his attention, because that's how the Seamus do. But yes, and then down here we were talking about how Piper always gets into trouble, so I had Jean pretty much saying it, and then Piper saying I'm sorry, and then Cherry just over here, just leave her out for the owl. Cherry wouldn't know. Cherry's just being mean because that's what Cherry does. But Gene would actually have a leg to stand on when he says things like that because he's usually the one getting her out of trouble. And then Gray PTA was in my stream. Yay, Gray! And he asked for one of his Dingo fanboys to be meeting Piper or something like that. And there's a story behind it. I'm not going to go too much into it. But yeah, this is basically his Dingo fanboy. I drew a little bit. I mean, it's not the way he draws it. Like, their heads are a little bit thinner. Mine made mine too thick. But I went ahead and drew him offering Piper a drink. And Piper, you know, never trust a dingo is basically how they say. So yeah. He's so, look at that face. You trust that face. And then the last request for the night was to draw Piper in a wedding dress. And it was Panina Tori, I think, like that. Something like that. She designs wedding dresses and stuff like that. She does the ones with the bodices that are kind of sheer and see-through. And they have like the ribbing and stuff like that, which I really, really like. But that struck me more as Cherry in a wedding dress, and Cherry in a wedding dress just would never happen. So I found one of her more simple. It had like a cutout in the back. One of her more simple designs, and I tossed that on Piper. But then, like I said, the stream had gone on for 4 hours, so I was super tired by that point. And Aaron had come home from going out with his friends, and it was like going on midnight, so I was like, I need to go to bed, because it was literally, if I'd stayed up for 5 more hours, it would have been a 24-hour day for me, and I can't do that when I'm on this kind of schedule. So I ended up going to bed, and that was the end of the stream. So that was also the end of everything for the sketchbook review, because I did a lot of my drawing in that. But yes, so it turned out good. I really enjoyed the pirate concept. I always do. I like pirate concepts. But excuse me, I just had lunch too. So I mean, it's a little asymmetrical the way I drew it, but yeah, details. Really like how Pirate Jean turned out. Not Piper Jean, Pirate Jean. I really like how Pirate Jean turned out with his floofy shirt. This is a pain in the butt to draw, by the way. And then like I did the little tatters on his bandana, and then I was gonna put like little decorations on his vest. And he's a fancy pirate. He's the captain, if anything, so you know, of course he's gonna be a little bit fancier than the rest. Piper actually was the one who disappointed me. She didn't turn out very well, but that's okay. She's got a tiny little bun back here. Someone called it an angry bun, and I was like, yes, it's a little angry bun. But alright, so that's it. If you guys like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe, comment below. Again, I remind you guys, live streams are now going to be very few and far between and private at this point, because I just, if my not paying attention to you guys is that upsetting, then I'm just not going to give you guys the opportunity to get upset. I feel like that's the logical solution. And again, that might change in the future once I have a little bit more free time, but as is, my free time is very precious. I could have been sleeping last night, but instead I chose to stay up for 4 extra hours live streaming. And after what went down last night, I'm like, you know, when I start asking myself, why am I doing this when I could be sleeping, that's when I start to wonder whether or not I should be doing what I am doing. And I know it's not everybody's fault, and I apologize for that, but you know, when it stops being fun for me, then it's going to stop being fun for you guys too, because I'm not going to want to do it, and then I'm going to get snippy. And yeah, I get snippy from time to time. Everybody does. But, you know, you guys got to keep in mind the questions you ask and the way that you pose them, you know, in the middle of whatever. So again, if I take away the opportunities for those things to happen, then they don't happen anymore, and then everything's okay. And then I'm okay, and you're okay, and we're all happy again. But, oh, and I did end up picking a subscription. I'm going to go with Art Snacks for 3 months because, as I said, I think I mentioned it before, I purchased the Inktober collection, so I'm going to be doing an unboxing of that one. So while I was in there purchasing that, I purchased 3 months of Art Snacks. So starting next month, I'll be unboxing the Art Snacks ones. And I think once I'm done with that, I might try Scrawler Box, because from what I understand, those are the 2 best value ones. A lot of people already do unboxings for them though, so Yeah, but I mean, I can give my opinion on it, and then we can go from there. There's a couple people have suggested some different ones for me, so they're ones I'm kind of looking into. Some of them are a little bit more expensive than I like when the average cost is over $50 a month. Because I keep in mind, you know, most of my viewers are teenagers, you know, sort of younger crowdish. I want it to be something you guys can afford too. So if it is something you see me do and you think is cool and you want to try it, you actually could. But a subscription box that's $50 a month, I mean, that's hard to pull, I think, for younger people. Maybe not, maybe I don't know anything, but when I'm looking at it thinking like, ouch, $50 a month, you know, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be very similar to what they think. $20 to $30 a month I can see happening. It's one of those costs. It's like, well, if you skip a couple McDonald's trips, or if you just don't buy like 4 monsters a month, then you've got that money right there. So that's kind of how I look at it. But for $50, I'm like, man, that's half a phone bill right there. But if they're good boxes, they're good boxes. Like the Inktober one was $100, but it's special. Like it's like the one that they do only 1 month, and it's gonna set me up for a bunch of videos to do in October, which I still am kicking around the idea of doing. We'll wait and see how that turns out. In that case, I might actually pick up live streaming every night again, just because it would be one drawing and then I could be done. And it would depend on the detail of that drawing, but I could put up 31 videos, because there's 31 days in October. And it also comes with like the little schedule and everything. I mean, I'm not excited about the schedule. I don't like being told what to draw, but that's part of the challenge too, is that they give you like a theme every day and then you draw around that theme. And not everyone follows it for Inktober. I know I didn't last year. So, it just depends on who you are. I might just take it up just because I've spent money on it. So I'm like, well, here we go. It just basically tells me everything to draw and blah, blah, blah. So I am actually very excited to get into that particular box, because I know it's going to set me up for October. And inking is one of the things I'm worst at, but it's one of the things I'd like to improve at, even though I don't do it very often. Anyway, so I'm done rambling. Sorry if anyone took offense to the video about the whole live stream thing. I'm not out to do that, and I don't know how many times I have to say that. I'm not out to upset anyone. If you guys get upset watching my videos, again, I encourage you, unsubscribe. Do not watch. That is not what this channel is about. It is about me sharing what I do with y'all, and if you like it, awesome, and if you don't, awesome. I am cool either way. YouTube should be enjoyable, and nobody should feel like, you know, upset over anything. Me included, as the creator and the artist, so... And for the most part, I'm not. I'm like, I stayed up for 4 hours because I loved you guys, and that's the kind of reception I got. So I'm just not going to do it anymore. And that is just how the Terri do. And again, that probably will change come October, because I'm going to because it's just easier to record things from live stream through YouTube if you're doing it right then and there. It's just that my camera quality isn't as good. Oh. Ooh, I might change it. Well, no, it's pretty good actually. My live streams go to 720 HD. Alright, anyway, done rambling. So yeah, if you liked what you saw, feel free to like, subscribe, comment below. I'm still taking suggestions for subscription boxes, although I will just say right up, I've got most of the big ones: Art Snack, Scrawler Box, Sketchbox, there's that purple one, I can't think of what it's called, and someone sent me a whole list of like different art subscription boxes. Some of that stuff isn't in place anymore, and some of it is. So, but if you can really think of something that you know is like brand new and no one else has really done anything with it, then by all means let me know about those ones, and just kind of mention, hey, it's a brand new one and there's not many people doing reviews on it. Those are the ones I'd like to do, just because, you know, it shows like this is what a new Sketchbox looks like versus what they've got out there, because I know that the longer they're around, the more deals they get. But alright, I'm done rambling. I am going to go. I'm going to get a drink of water, and then I'm going to sit down and draw until dinner time. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next sketchbook review.